Yeah, but just have fun with it. Like if you have fun with it, it doesn't matter. Forget about the money, just have fun.
It's my job though. I have to focus on the fucking money.
I know you do, but that's unfortunately like you can't control the money. You can only control the content, you know? Like you can't control how much money people give you. That's not going to be something you can control. You can just control on how much fun you have and then hopefully the money will come, you know?
I guess.
You guys just had the absolute displeasure of listening to just a small snippet of a clip from Frogan's stream. Now, if you don't know who Frogan is, she is another one of these leftist politic YouTubers slash streamers on Twitch. And I'm going to be honest, I hate making yet another video on someone in this political space because especially someone who's very close to Hassan when Hassan was just my last topic of my video. Um, and I say I hate making another one on it because I don't want to make this channel a political channel. I don't want to make this channel based solely on the fact of politics, right? Um, it just, I want to call out what I'm passionate on calling out. And it just so happens that this is one of those things that I'm passionate in calling out about. Frogan is another one of these political content creators, and she recently had a little bit of a breakdown a couple of weeks ago on her stream because her friend was like, I think either making fun of her or he was calling out her for being such a money beggar. And then she went on to start crying because she was talking about how broke she is and how she's barely making ends meet. And even in that same clip that I just played before, she goes on to saying on how she doesn't even enjoy streaming and she hates streaming.
And Twitch streaming
You okay?
sucks. I fucking hate it. It's been bad for a few months.
Yeah, but just have fun with it. Like if you have fun with it, it doesn't matter. Forget about the money, just have fun.
It's my job though. I have to focus on the fucking money.
I know you do, but that's unfortunately like you can't control the money. You can only control the content, you know? Like you can't control how much money people give you. That's not going to be something you can control. You can just control on how much fun you have and then hopefully the money will come, you know?
I guess.
No. Like when honestly, like you can't control it. People are hurting right now. It's not a great time for anyone to like be giving, you know, discretionary funds. So if you just have fun, like you're going to make money. Like do your fun stuff. I love when I see you. I was just fucking with you, but I really do like when you do like silly stuff. You're really funny at that stuff. Like the Joker thing that we did together, that was hilarious.
So, Frogan, let me ask you a question. Why are you still doing this? Why are you still streaming at this point? If you don't even enjoy streaming, like streaming sucks, you said that. If streaming sucks, then why are you doing it? You might say, well, it's your job. But apparently your job isn't paying you enough, so why are you still doing it? Why are you still doing it? I don't know about you, but if I have a job where I'm not making enough money to make ends meet, I'm probably not going to stay at that job for too much longer, right? If I work at a job where I'm only making like maybe $1,000 a month, but I need, let's say, 1,000 when let's say like 1,500 a month, you know, if I'm only making $1,000 a month and I need to be making $1,500 a month, that's $500 that I need every single month. Where am I going to get that? So you would think you have to sit here and think for a second. So what am I going to do? And the answer to that will either be one or two things. Or actually, you can do three, but you'll probably suffer with a third one. You can either number one, you can you can either quit your job and get a better job that's more paying, or you can keep your job and get another job on the side to make a little bit of extra money, or you can quit your job in general, or you can actually, no, you don't quit the job, but you keep with that job that you're not making barely any enough money to actually survive, and you just hope for the best. That you're taking option 3 there. You're taking option 3 there by saying, well, I don't actually care that I'm not making enough money, because if I cared, I would be making a stride to change that. I would be putting in the work by getting an actual job, in-person job. So, Frogan, if you are really suffering that bad with your bills to the point where you're crying on the internet, maybe instead of whining about it and putting your bills on every single one of your people who are watching you, maybe you should just go and get a job. Because listen, I understand it is a very stressful thing. Bills are very stressful. You got a car payment, you got a house payment, you got internet bill, you got light bill, you got water bill, you got all these bills, you got food bill, you got just living bill, right? It feels like living costs money at this point. I understand it. It is a very stressful thing. And to you, your job is going on the internet and having people give you money to pay your bills. But when that money well dries up and you're not getting that money that you need, you have to make a change. You have to say, hey, this isn't working the way I wish it would have. I guess I got to go ahead and do something different. And unfortunately, Frogan, that is something you need to learn. You need to learn that if this whole Twitch thing isn't working for you, then maybe it's time to go on Indeed.com and start working at Walmart or something like that. You don't need to even have a full-blown job. Just get something on the side that you can do. You know, work at a convenience store or something like that for a good for a good part-time check. You know, just something that can give you that extra little bit of money that you actually feel like you desperately need. And listen, I sort of feel bad for it, but at the same time I don't. Frogan, you are as undesirable of a streamer as you are, right? The reason why you're not making enough money, the reason why you are not a more popped off streamer, the reason why people don't like you is because you're an insufferable person. It's because you're an insufferable person who said awful things, by the way, in the past. Frogan went on stream one time and said that she hopes that American soldiers get PTSD.
Any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America. And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base? Like, am I supposed to be like I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Base?
And she went on and doubled down on it, but then later on went and said how she didn't even mean it like that, and it was a very bad choice. It was like poor wording or whatever. And for all of that, I just have one thing to say to you. Bullcrap. You don't misspeak, double down on it, and then later say, oh, yeah, I misspoke. I'm sorry. You don't do that. You said what you were wanting to say. You doubled down on it. Then people called you out about how insensitive and stupid it was. And then you had to go in and retrospectively say, yeah, I misspoke. I'm sorry. No, just say you said something stupid and just say that it was something you shouldn't have said. Simple as that. Simple as that. Say it was a mistake that I shouldn't have said, and I'm going to try and be a better person. That's it. You ain't gotta lie and say that it was you using poor choice of words or something like that. Poor choice of words is Batman telling Joker not to drop what's her face out of the window, or telling Joker to let her go, and then he's like, very poor choice of words. That's a poor choice of words, Frogan. You saying that you hope American soldiers get PTSD is not a poor choice of words. That's you just being an awful person. So yeah, part of me wants to feel bad for Frogan, but that other part of me just thinks, well, you also kind of reap what you sow. You said something very offensive and very wrong, and you now have alienated half of the internet because of which is partially the reason why I don't want to make a lot of politically based content, is because I don't want to do that. I want anyone who feels like they want to watch my videos to be able to watch my videos. But at the same time, I'm not going to hold back on what I believe, and hold back on my beliefs and what what I feel strongly about. But there's a difference in saying what you believe and saying things that should be kept to yourself. You saying you hope someone gets PTSD, that isn't a standard belief, right? That's not something that you just proudly go about like sharing your belief on. That's something you should keep to yourself, because it's just that wrong, right? It's just that wrong. You just shouldn't say it. But so yeah, I mean, you kind of reap what you sow, Frogan. And unfortunately, you are paying the consequences of your actions of saying awful things. And that is the fact that the internet doesn't really care about you. They don't care to like you, and they don't care to give money to you, because you are a awful person. So with all that in mind, guys, I want to go ahead and end the video here. As you guys could probably tell, I'm a little bit sick right now. I say a little bit, but I'm getting better now. But these past couple of days, I've been struggling with the flu, and I'm gonna be honest. I was crying a couple of days ago. I was in so much pain that I was sobbing my way to the hospital. Just get told that I had the flu. So yeah, not a great week for me. To be perfectly honest with you. But I'm on the amends. I'm on the up and up, right? I'm on an up and up, hopefully. And hopefully I don't get it again, because everybody at my store has it, and there is a chance that I might get rid of it, and I might just get it again in a week. Who knows? I hope not. I've lost 10 pounds. I did weigh 173. I weigh 163 now. I weigh 163 pounds just over this last week that I've been sick with it. So I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna just like leave it there. I mean, you guys. I hope you guys didn't mind my voice too much. Hope you didn't mind my a little sluggish voice, because there is a little bit of part of me that is kind of drugged out right now. And by drugged out, I mean I'm all hopped up on Dayquil. I don't even know if that does anything to your thing, but I also worked today, so I'm also tired, and I also haven't slept much. And right now, I feel like I'm a mixture between being shoved in an oven and freezing to death. And then I also just feel like a wet sock. And I feel like if you took a cold sandwich out of the refrigerator and put it in a microwave to heat it up, and now the bread's all soggy. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now. So yeah, please forgive me. Please forgive me for the all that. Um, but before we go, I want to go in and just discuss one last thing, and that is about my videos. You know, I said it in the earlier part of this video, but I don't want to make another. I don't want to make too many videos that are politically based, because I'm not really. I don't want my channel to be a political channel. But I do want this to be a commentary channel where I can just talk about my feelings on certain topics. And a lot of topics recently have been very sensitive. And so I feel like I can't talk about them. For instance, the Imaru situation that happened about a month ago is something I was going to try and make a video on. But I didn't because even though I know my own heart and the fact that I'm not doing it specifically only for views, there is still that part of me that sees this and is going, this girl is, this whole topic deals with sexual assault, with domestic abuse, with um, with mental abuse, with threats against people's lives. There's a lot of stuff very messed up with that situation. And I tried to make a video on it, but I would always come back to this feeling that I was going to try to make a gain off of someone's misfortune. That I was going to try and trivialize her abuse. I was going to trivialize what she was going through for the sake of views or for the sake of content. And that is not what I want to do at all. So for that, I just never made a video on it. And then there was another video that I tried making on the Ross Creations thing about the Possum launcher. And I didn't want to upload that because I just feel like I didn't have enough of a take on it. I feel like I didn't say anything that was too crazy or too profound for me to even justify uploading it. I just felt so basic with it that I was like, what's even the point in me uploading this? Because there's nothing new that I can nothing new that I can say here that makes this all of a worth upload. This, on the other hand, is something that I feel like I can talk about more reasonably because, I feel like I can say something that I don't feel like I've heard other people say, and that is, get a job, Frogan. But yeah, so I don't know what the next video is going to be about. We'll just have to see. All I know is I'm going to try my best to not let it be politically based. So we'll see how well that ages. And also, one very, very last tiny thing. I understand that I'm making the title hashtag get a job Frogan, but please do not go into Frogan's chat and spamming it. I don't know if anyone is going to do that, but just so I can cover my tracks and say that I didn't say this, is that I didn't tell my people to start this. Okay, I didn't tell you guys to start this. That's just the name of my title for my video.